In that year, we had an intense visitation of energy. When radio dark night existed and assumed control, and we rocked in its web, consumed by static and stroked with fear, we were drawn down long from deep sleep and awakened at dayfall by a worried gardener and made to be led through dew-wet jungle to the swift summit o'erlooking the sea. Sure. In that year, we had an intense visitation of energy. When radio dark night existed and assumed control, and we rocked in its web, consumed by static and stroked with fear, we were drawn down long from a deep sleep and awakened at dayfall by worried gardeners and made to be led through dew-wet jungle to the swift summits o'erlooking the sea. A vast radiant beach and a cool jeweled moon, couples naked raced down by its quiet side, and we laugh like soft, mad children, smug in the woolly cotton brains of infancy. The music and voices are all around us. Choose, they croon, the ancient ones, the time has come again. Choose now, they croon, beneath the moon, beside an ancient lake. Enter again the sweet forest. Enter the hot dream, come with us. Everything is broken up and dances. And at this point we hear West Virginia mountain music, violins. Moonshine night, mountain village, insane in the woods and the deep trees. Under the moon, beneath the stars, they reel and dance, the young folk, led to the lake by a king and queen. Oh, I want to be there, I want us to be there, beside the lake, beneath the moon, cool and swollen, dripping its hot liquor. Frozen moment by a lake, a knife has been stolen, the death of the snake. I know the impossible sea when the dogs bark. I am a death bird, naughty night bird. Bird of prey, flying high, in the summer sky. Bird of prey, flying high, gently pass on by. Bird of prey, flying high, am I going to die? Bird of prey, flying high, take me on your flight. Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding, ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. Under waterfall, under waterfall, the girls return from summer balls. Let's steal the eye that sees us all. Tell them you came and saw and looked into my eyes and saw the shadows of the guard receding, thoughts in time and out of season. The hitchhiker stood by the side of the road and leveled his thumb in the calm calculus of reason. And then a car passes. Why does my mind circle around you? Why do planets wonder what it would be like to be you? All your soft, wild promises were words, birds endlessly in flight. Your dog is still lost in the frozen woods, or he would run to you. How can he run to you, lunging with blooded sickness on the snow? He's still sniffing gates and searching strangers for your smell, which he remembers very well. Is there a moon in your window? Is madness laughing? Can you still run down beach rocks, bed below without him? Winter photography, our love's in jeopardy. Winter photography, our love's in jeopardy. Sit up all night, talking, smoking, count the dead and wait for morning. Will warm names and faces come again? Does the silver forest end? Well, I'll tell you a story of whiskey and mystics and men, da-da-da, and about the believers and how the whole thing began, da-da-da. First there were women and children obeying the moon, da-da-da. Then daylight brought wisdom and fever and sickness too soon, da-da-da. You can try to remind me instead of the other, you can, da-da-da. You can help to ensure that we all insecure our command, da-da-da. If you don't give a listen, I won't try to tell your new hand, da-da-da. This is it, can't you see that we all have our ends in the band, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And if all of the teachers and preachers of wealth were arraigned, da-da-da, we could see quite a future for me in the literal sense, da-da-da. And if all of the people could claim to inspect such regret, da-da-da, well, we'd have no forgiveness, forgetfulness, faithful remorse, da-da-da. So I tell you, I tell you, I tell you, we must send away. We must try to find a new answer instead of a way, da-da-da. How are we doing on time? All hail the American night. And so I say to you, the silk handkerchief was embroidered in China or Japan, behind the steel curtain, and now one can cross the borderline without proper credentials. This is to say that we are all sensate and occasionally sad, and if every partner in crime were to incorporate promises in his program, the land might end and all our friends would follow another program. Who are our friends? Are they sullen and slow? Do they have great desire, or are they one of the multitude who walk doubting their impossible regret? Certainly, things happen and reoccur in continuous promise. All of us have found a safe niche where we can store up riches and talk to our fellows on the same premise of disaster. But this will not do. No, this will never do. There are continents and shores which beseech our understanding. Seldom have we been so slow. Seldom have we been so far. My only wish is to see far Arden again. And this next part will be done in a woman's voice. The truth is on his chest. The cellular excitement has totally inspired our magic veteran. And now for an old trip. I'm tired. The night. I want the old forms to reassert their sexual cool. My friend is just, you know. And this morning, before I sign off, I would like to tell you about Texas radio and the big beat. It moves into the perimeter of your sacred, sincere, and dedicated smile like a calm veteran of the psychic war. He was no general, for he was not old. He was no private, for he could not be sold. He was only a man, and his dedication extended to the last degree. Poor pretentious soldier, come home. The dark Los Angeles evening is steaming the church that we attended, and I miss my boy. Stupid and green, what the color green? When I watch the TV and I see helicopters swirling their brutal and bountiful sensation over the fields and the comic walls, I can only smile and fix a meal and think about the child who will one day own you. In conclusion, darling, let me repeat, your home is still here, inviolate and certain, and I open the wide smile of my remembrance of your lunging thighs. This to you on the anniversary of our first night. I know you love me to talk this way. I hope no one sees this message written in the calm, lonely, far-out, languid afternoon. With my total love, Shirley. The American Night. What was that? I don't know. Sounds like guns, thunder. My name is the Holy Shay. I come to town this day to tell my story to the judge. Judge, 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 the man is not wanted here. Come to our house, say the Mandarino, and tell us why it is you stray so near, and why you run way fast and come back slow, in the middle of the sun, in the middle of the day, when even an idiot goes indoors. Adolf Hitler is still alive. Boos. I slept with her last night. Yeah. Come out from behind that false mustache, Adolf. I know you're in there. Ha 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 ha. You favor life, he sides with death. I straddle the fence, and my balls hurt. Hey man, you want girls, pills, grass? Come on, I'll show you a good time. This place has everything. Come on, I'll show you. Can we resolve the past, lurking jaws, joints of time, the base, to come of age in a dry place, holes and caves? The music was new, black, polished chrome and came over the summer like liquid night. The DJs took pills to stay awake and play for 7 days. The general's son had a sister. They went down to see him. They went to the studio and someone knew him. Someone knew the TV showman. He came to our homeroom party and played records, and when he left in the hot noon sun and walked to his car, we saw the Chooks had written F-U-C-K on his windshield. He wiped it off with a white rag and, smiling coolly, drove away. He's rich, got a big car. My friend drove an hour each day from the mountains. The bus gives you a hard-on with books in your lap. We shot the bird at the Black MP. My gang will get you. Scenes of rape in the Arroyo, seductions in cars, abandoned buildings, fights at the food stand, the dust, the shoes, open shirts and raised collars, bright sculptured hair. Spades dance best from the hip. Someone shot the bird in the afternoon dance show. They gave out free records to the best couple. Always a playground instructor, never a killer. Always a bridesmaid. On the verge of fame or over, he maneuvered 2 girls into his hotel room. One a friend, the other, the young one, a newer stranger, vaguely Mexican or Puerto Rican. Poor boy's thighs and buttocks scarred by a father's belt. She's trying to rise. Story of her boyfriend of teenage stone death games. Handsome lad, dead in a car. Confusion. No connections. Come here. I love you. Peace on earth. Will you die for me? Eat me. This way. The end. I'm surprised you could get it up. He whips her lightly, sardonically with belt. Haven't I been through enough, she asks, now dressed and leaving. The Spanish girl begins to bleed. She says her period. It's Catholic heaven. I have an ancient Indian crucifix around my neck. My chest is hard and brown. Lying on stained, wretched sheets with a bleeding virgin. We could plan a murder or start a religion. There's a belief by the children of man which states all will be well. Search on, man, calm savior, veteran of war's incalculable greed. Search on, man, calm Savior. Godspeed and forgive you, morning star, fragrant meadow person girl. Indian, Indian, what did you die for? Indian says nothing at all. Then we hear all these horns honking in the rhythm. Da 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 da, and sirens distant approaching. I am the woman in the window, see the children playing. Soldier, sailor, young man, on your way to the summer swimming pool. Can you see me standing in my window? Can you hear me laughing? Come upstairs, sir, to your room, and I will play for you. Oh, dreamland, golden seamland, try to sleep, lamb, take us to dreamland. I am unhappy, far from my woman, take me to dreamland. Land of the banyan, land of plentiful pleasures of pines, potatoes on tables, laden with good things. Eat at my table, she cried to the vineyards, calling the workers home from the meadows. Man, you are evil, get out of my garden. Ours is a good place, home of the reindeer. Sell me your pony, your fast golden pony. I need his strength and his terrible footsteps. Riding the prairie, just me and my angel. Just try and stop us, we're going to love. Open your window, woman of Palestine. Throw down your raiment and cover us over. She's selling news in the market, time in the hall. The girls of the factory rolling cigars. They haven't invented music yet, so I read to them from the Book of Days, a horror story from the Gothic age, a gruesome romance from the LA plague. I have a vision of America seen from the air, 28,000 feet and going fast. A one-armed man in a Texas parking labyrinth, a burnt tree like a giant primeval bird in an empty lot in Fresno, elevators filled with citizens, and miles of hotel corridors. Motel, money, murder, madness, change the mood from glad to sadness. Play the ghost song, baby. Then we hear the ghost song. Earth, air, fire, water, mother, father, sons and daughters, airplane in the starry night, first fright, forest, follow free. I love thee, watch how I love thee. Discovered angels and sailors, rich girls, backyard fences, Greens watching each other narrowly, soft, luxuriant cars. Girls in garages, stripped, out to get liquor and clothes. Half-gallons of wine and six-packs of beer. Tender corral, jumped, humped, born to suffer, made to undress in the wilderness. Now listen to this. I'll tell you about Texas radio and the big beat. Soft, driven, slow and mad like some new language. Reaching your head with the cold, sudden fury of a divine messenger. Let me tell you about heartache and the loss of God, wandering in hopeless night. The Negroes in the forest, brightly feathered. Let me show you the maiden with wrought iron soul. Out here in the perimeter there are no stars. Out here we is stones, immaculate. Then we hear a whistle like a bosun's pipe, and the carnival immediately begins, gradually mixing rain, thunder, bullfights, football, playground, war, penny arcade. Babylon fading. One more thing. Thank you, O Lord, for the white, blind light. A city rises from the sea. I had a splitting headache from which the future is made.